friends, this is Grace and welcome to the first video in my rainbow card series. This one focuses on a large die cut and it's just a single shape but it's nested, and I've seen this before. This is not really new, but I wanted to try it because I haven't really done this before. So what I did before I turned on the camera was run the star nested die that I have and run it through my Cuttlebug using several cardstock from my scraps. And I am, again, this is rainbow, so I'm trying to do rainbow colors, and I'm going to put them together rainbow style or rainbow order. And I use the negative space of the stars so that, because the paper is so skinny, I wanted to make sure that it will keep its shape. So I made sure that I have that negative spot. And as you can see, the red one is not totally complete. There is some empty space in the bottom and the bottom right and also on the top of the star, but I am not too worried about that because I'm going to put this in an A2 card size, and so I know that parts of it will be cut anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just going to go through and adhere all of this in rainbow order. I do have a brown cardstock as my base, of course, because I need something to hold all of those little tiny strips. Now, as you can see, I wasn't very successful with cutting the strips clearly or clean in my Cuttlebug. I think it's because I need to purchase a new plate for my Cuttlebug. And interesting fact, maybe I have been living on under a rock for a long time, but my local Joann's and Michael's do not have or don't carry the Cuttlebug mats or plates anymore, and I was very surprised about that. And so I'm kind of worried that their Provocraft is going to start discontinuing the Cuttlebug and moving on to a different die cut machine, or not having a manual die cut machine at all because they have the Cricut machine. So I'm really worried about that, and now I'm considering maybe I should purchase another manual die cutting machine like a Sizzix, just so that in the future I will still be able to access the plates. I don't know, have you guys ever had that experience? If you have a Cuttlebug, where do you purchase your plates? I have seen a generic brand on Amazon. It's a little pricier than what I remember buying my plates at Michael's. So let me know in the comment section below what you have been using as your plates for your Cuttlebug. Anyways, let's go back to the card. Like I said, I just added them to the brown cardstock, and now I'm trimming them. I did cut my base with that, my favorite things, scallop rectangle punch, just on white paper. And as you can see, I actually added a pink just so that I can have something in the middle of it, because I was debating maybe I should go red again, but I decided to go with a different color just so that I will have a there was no repetition of the other colors, because I feel like that would be unfair for the other colors if some are repeating and some are not. I don't know, I just thought that's how I'm gonna explain that part. And as you can see, because I nested them and because they weren't a perfect cut, that there are parts, especially in the middle, where you can still see the brown background, or yeah, the brown background in between the layers of the stars. So what I'm going to do is I stamped and heat embossed this best wishes sentiment, and I'm going to put that on the same brown cardstock that I used, but I am going to mat it so I will leave a little bit of that brown peeking through, and then I am going to position that where the biggest kind of space where you see the brown on the bottom of the pink star, between the pink and the purple. I'm going to put that there just so I can cover my mistake. Again, if you have a nice clean plate, I'm sure that that won't be a problem for you. But I really like how this turned out. It was a little bit of a labor of love just because of all of the die cutting and then nesting them. But hey, I have a lot of stars for future projects, so I'm gonna just work on that. You're seeing a little peek of the second card that I did with the leftovers of the star. I ended up doing 6 videos for this particular series just because I have a lot of techniques about rainbow that I wanted to try out. So I hope that you are subscribed to my channel so that you can follow along as I try out all of these rainbow card ideas. If not, I hope that you will consider subscribing and hitting that bell button so that you will be notified by YouTube once I post a new video. So I felt like the star was great, but it was missing just a little bit of touches on the side because the white background was a little too plain for my liking. And so I grabbed some Nuvo drops, and I'm just going to go with 3, which is that kind of Caribbean blue, the mustard yellow, and this purple. I forgot what it's called. But that's going to do it for this particular card. I do tap this just so that I can have a somewhat better circle for the drops. And then we're going to go on to card number 2. Like I said, I have a lot of leftovers of those star strips, and so I grabbed another A2 card, and then I layered them kind of at an angle, like an arch of a rainbow, and then also following the color scheme where you have the red on the bottom left, and then it arches up and it goes all the way to the right side, having the purple as the very end. And I did decide to do different sizes of it just to kind of have a variance. And I'm just putting that on a kind of peach card base, and then I am going to simply add my sentiment and a few more Nuvo drops, and that is it. So just with this particular card, like I said, I have a lot of stars left over, and those ones that are not so perfect, I threw them away, but the ones that were perfectly cut, I will be keeping them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I just hate to throw out some perfectly good cardstock and shapes. So I'm going to just hold on to them for just a little bit, and if I can't figure out something to do with them in the next month or so, unfortunately, they're going to go in the trash as well. And so I am going with "You Are Simply Amazing" as my sentiment. And I just, again, stamped and heat embossed that with gold. I felt like the gold was perfect for this particular theme of cards because, you know, rainbow, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I felt like gold was just a nice touch to complement the theme. And then I'm going to go back and grab those Nuvo drops since they're already on my table, and then I'm going to put them in 3 different parts of the card and call it good. I will have some close-up shots of this card at the end of this video. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you leave that in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys in the next installment of this series. Bye now.